Renee and Paul were recently divorced. And pre-divorce, the financial plan, the income streams looked really good. But now that the assets have been split, Renee's new scenario is stressing her out. Can she retire? Let's find out. We're back again. It's Rise in Retirement. I'm Jet. He's Taco. And we're going to talk about divorce today.
Yeah.
And how it affects retirement and money and what you're left with and what your new scenario might look like. We've got Renee and Paul, who had a retirement planned out, and then unfortunately, they split.
Yeah.
And now Renee is the client here, and she's 67 years old, and she's not sure that she can still retire on the same timeline that she had originally thought of.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk to Renee on this, right? Renee's 67. Pre-divorce, while they were married, they had about $980,000 saved up. 700,000 of that was Renee's.
So the bulk of the money that they had together was in her name.
Was in her name. However, going through the divorce, assets get split. Different things.
We're going to keep this super simple, by the way.
Yep.
Okay. So relax a minute on divorce and QDROs and all those. They split it 50-50 down the middle.
Yep.
That's how it ended up.
Okay. So Renee now has...
I don't know how good Renee's attorney was or Paul's was. Just
Right.
calm down, all right? We'll be all right.
Renee now has $490,000 in pre-tax money that's hers. After revisiting her kind of new life, if you will, like what are the expenses going to look like? She's looking at about $4,500 per month that she thinks is going to be sufficient for her. Okay. She's got Social Security coming in right now today, even though she's still working. Okay. She wants to know if she can retire. She turned 67, which is her full retirement age. With the divorce coming, she wanted to make sure she had cash flow. She wanted to make sure she had things covered. So she elected to start taking her Social Security, which is about $2,000 a month.
Yep.
So that money is coming in. When she does retire, assuming it's $4,500, Social Security of $2,000, she's going to have about a $2,500 per month shortfall.
$30,000 a year.
$30,000 a year, which based on the $490 that she has right now saved today, it's about just over a 6% withdrawal rate if she chose to just retire right now today. So, this is a good scenario where life evolves, life changes, right? And so Renee's now in the situation where she was supposed to be, kind of heading into retirement and being in good shape, to where if she chose right now today, 6% withdrawal rate, we talk about it a lot, it's in that yellow to red territory. Let's talk through some of the challenges that she may face and how she can get on track.
Well, I mean, the simple one is costs. All the costs change now.
Right.
Because everything else was being split kind of down the middle.
Yeah.
And now, she's got to go find herself. Let's just for a second say Paul got the house.
Yeah.
Okay. She's got to go find herself somewhere to live. She's going to have expenses that are with that. Insurance costs could go up.
Right.
Her taxes could go up. So there's just
buying groceries for one is more expensive than buying groceries for two. It's just natural. That's how
I just think it's a cost perspective. They were probably potentially spending less monthly when they were together than what they're going to respectively spend to live their lives on their own
individually. Yep.
Yeah. And so that's the biggest one right there is she's got reduced flexibility now for discretionary spend.
Yeah.
And I've never been divorced. I've talked to enough people who are divorced. Once the dust settles and the smoke clears, maybe she feels like there's a newfound freedom. It's hard to say what the scenario looked like there, but maybe she wants to spend and enjoy a little bit more too. And that can impact cost and the scenario as well.
Yeah. So, that leads to the number two challenge is the budget accurate? She thinks $4,500 is going to be enough, but this is a whole new life at this point. So, she's got some of these higher costs than when they were together. She's still working. She's got Social Security coming in. She is going to eventually have distributions come in. Filing single versus filing married jointly from a tax standpoint could potentially raise the tax liability. she is still working. And again, she's unclear of when does it make sense? When is it feasible now to be able to retire and have confidence that her budget can be obtained?
You know, probably the number one question that we try to help people answer is, I have X. When can I retire?
Yeah.
Just like Renee. If that's you, go to riseandretirement.com. This is an excellent step for you. Go to riseandretirement.com. If you're questioning, hey, I have X amount of dollars saved. Can I retire? When can I retire? How long do I have to wait? Can I do it now? Could I have done it yesterday? Schedule a 30-minute phone consultation with an advisor. You can do it on riseandretirement.com. It's complimentary, no cost. We'll walk through your scenario, give you a red, yellow, green light assessment of, can you retire now? Should you wait? Should you have gone years ago? There's a ton of free guides and resources that could help you with that same question on there. riseandretirement.com. At the end of the video, go check it out. Let's talk about strategies. What can Renee do? What's number one?
I think number one is the most obvious, and the one, if I were personally making a recommendation, is what I would say. Okay, she's new to this. It's a new to her, right? So delay retirement, or kind of have that phased retirement. Keep working. Even if it's 1 to 2 more years, get a full understanding of what your budget is actually going to be. I said she's collecting Social Security. She can bank that, right? While she's continuing to work, take that $2,000 per month and just start banking that, building a post-tax savings that she can then use when she does decide to retire, to start bridging some different things there. So to me, it's that would be a no-brainer situation, is, hey, do this thing for 1 to 2 more years, continue to build savings, put more money into your 401k while you're working. Ideally, perfect world, the market's going to potentially go up, and all of a sudden your 490,000 is growing based on the savings that you have going into the 401k, the Social Security savings, all that good stuff.
Is on delaying, a question for you that I want to ask is, what's the number one reason? I mean, that you would suggest to her, based on the scenario we painted, what's the number one reason why you suggest potentially delaying the retirement versus just doing it now?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the unexpected lifestyle that could happen. If she just chooses to retire, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to trust that $4,500 is the right number. And then, like you said, all of a sudden she's, into retirement, and there's just way more expenses. She's doing more things with friends, or, trying to really find something that she can latch onto. And we already said a 6.1% withdrawal rate. If she just were to go right now with the nest egg, I wouldn't want to see her get into a retirement where she's now not confident and have to go back to work later down the road, where she's already in a position where, hey, she doesn't hate her job. Get through 1 or 2 more years and get on track here.
Is a possible strategy maybe what we would call a spending reset? I mean, ultimately, you talked about, it's new, every day is Saturday mentality, with that idea of, if I retire right now and I trust this and I'm wrong, that can be really dicey.
Yeah.
Do you combine delaying or even a phased retirement?
Yeah.
Maybe she's in an industry where she can retire but consult and still have some income. That would delay her having to take a distribution from her portfolio for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a delay retirement with a spending reset in those couple of years that she delays, which gives her a chance, I think, over the first 1 to 2 to 3 years maybe that she delays, to find her footing and what her lifestyle expenses look like from a single person standpoint.
Right.
So, I mean, any thoughts on that spending reset?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's identifying what's most important. Is it spending a ton right now, or is it, hey, I want to live the last 15, 20 years, being able to spend confidently. So, I look at $4,500. We see all sorts of budgets, Jet. I see 2,000, I see 20,000. And I know you watch these videos and you're in the comments saying, like, how do the people spend $7,000 a month or $8,000 a month? People do.
Yeah.
It's the lifestyle that they've built. So,
or that they choose to live.
So I look at her, at $4,500 with all pre-tax money, she's probably netting, just under 4. That's not unreal reasonable as far as what costs will look like. So yeah, she needs to revisit and see if maybe she can bring that budget down a little bit. But
I find it hard to believe that she'll be able to.
I think she's going to find that it's actually going to be a little more, which is why I just keep going back to, the recommendation would be, delay and truly get a grasp on what life's looking like.
I find at this current moment, without doing anything, Renee's in a yellow light scenario.
Yeah.
But you said something earlier, and I ran some math before the episode here today. If she delays, and she's got $490,000, $490,000 a day. She delays for 3 years, doesn't take any withdrawals from her portfolio, banks the Social Security paycheck. Let's also say that she's adding about $15,000 a year through contribution to her employer-sponsored retirement plan.
Yep.
And she just makes a 5% average rate of return on all that money. Over 3 years, her portfolio grows from about $490,000 to almost $700,000. All still pre-tax.
Yeah.
Okay. Except for the Social Security money that gets piled away. That's post-tax. If she is right on her budget and that math works out, her withdrawal rate goes from 6.12 down to almost 4%, a little higher. And now she's in a green light scenario.
Yep.
And that's why I support the delay retirement just a couple of years.
Agreed.
She can go from yellow to green really quickly.
Agreed. Yeah. So, hey, life evolved, right? For Renee, they were sitting on a path. She was on that path to retirement. Things can change. If you want to make sure that you get ahead of any changes in your life, go to horizonretirement.com. We can stress test your situation. We can give you the red light, yellow light, green light assessment. We will see you next time here on Rise in Retirement.